I'm going to take just hopefully no more than 20 minutes of your time, just to give you a bit more of an overview of our school, and to just answer any questions that you might have at the end as well. So, my name is Denise Burrows, and I'm the very privileged head teacher of this fantastic school. So, 3 core values that underpin everything we do at our school, and those are respect, determination and kindness. And those core values were chosen by the students and staff at this school in 2017, so quite a few years ago now. It was a time I started at the school in 2016, and we really wanted to develop the culture, develop the ethos in our school, and really make sure that our staff and students were working together. And together they came up with those 3 core values. And I think if you look at those core values, and you think about life and your jobs and your careers and how you've got yourself to the positions that you are in now, families, and the students, if you look at those, they really are important values. I don't think anyone would argue that those 3 core values aren't going to help you get on well in life. So we really focus on those core values, and I expect both staff and students to demonstrate those core values in everything that they do. Now, Mr. Hudson, who's actually organised this whole event this evening, said to me, he said, Mrs. Burrows, what I want you to do this year for Open Evening is to go with the theme of Why Ernsford. Because I know that what you will all be doing over the course of the last couple of weeks and probably the next couple of weeks, you will be going to lots and lots of different secondary schools to try and find the best fit for you. And that's absolutely right, that's absolutely what you should be doing. Go to as many schools as you can that are within your catchment area so you get a really good opportunity to find out which one you think fits your values and the way you want to have your secondary school education. And we exist, really, to improve the life chances of every young person that comes through our doors. We want to develop the skills, the attributes, the characteristics that enable every young person to leave this school and go out there into life and really be successful. And the way I sort of determine success is by you choosing your future careers. Not having to do something because you've only got a couple of qualifications and you've only done a few things that will enable you to go on to do something, but actually leaving here with enough skills, enough qualifications to enable you to actually genuinely choose whatever it is that excites you, that makes you want to go to work every day. Because we're in work for quite a few years of our lives, and I really want you to be in a job that you really, really enjoy. Just as much as I enjoy this job, just as much as the staff at the school really enjoy their jobs. We want you to be in control of your futures. And it's our job to get you in that position for you to be able to go and do that and be successful. And we do that through that genuine focus on excellence for all. And that focus isn't just excellence for our students, it's excellence for our staff as well. Because if everyone has the same excellent experience, then we really are all going to enjoy our time at Ernsford. We've also got some fabulous new facilities that hopefully you've had a really good chance to look around. And I know that today, as some of you were coming in the theatre this evening, you were going, wow, this is pretty impressive. And I think that every time I come in here, we've only had it 4 weeks, and it's lovely, it's a really fantastic facility. So we really are excited to have these great facilities, and if you join our school in September, these will be your facilities, and you'll get you'll get an opportunity to use them all the time. So that really is something to look forward to. We do have a genuine belief that every child has the chance to be successful at this school. And sometimes the children don't believe in themselves, so it's up to the staff to really show how much we believe in our children. But that's so important that we can help develop amongst our young people a genuine belief in their abilities, a genuine belief that they can be successful. We've got students here, and you'll meet them tonight, who are really fiercely proud of their school. They're very loyal. They love coming to school. We've had loads of them coming in tonight. They're really excited about Open Evening. They've been talking about it all day. And that's a real delight to have that amongst our student community. We've got a growing sixth form. And that sixth form consistently achieves above average progress. And it's done that for years now. Since before I arrived, the sixth form has been really successful, and it continues to be successful, and it continues to grow. And although you're not even in year 7 yet, we really want you to aspire to go to our post-16. We want you to be going on to sixth form at our academy. We are an outward-looking school, and what I mean by that is that we don't just think what we do is the best. We like to go to other schools in Coventry, other schools across the country, to see what they're doing, to see what makes them successful. And then we bring those ideas back here, and we adapt those ideas for Urnsford. So we're always keeping things fresh. We're always making sure we're looking at the latest educational research, so you are getting the best deal by coming to our school. We seek the views of our students and our families. We send out an annual family survey so you can give us some feedback. So you can tell us what's good about our school, what you don't think is particularly good about our school, and what you think we could do better. And we respond to that feedback. When we have student focus groups or student surveys, we respond to that feedback. We talk to the students about the things they've asked for and the things that we've done in response to what they've said. The next point there about students feeling valued, we have now got, I think, about 8 students or ex-students who we've employed on our staff. Now that's as learning support assistants. We have some teachers now, so they've left here, they've gone to Cov Uni, they've trained as teachers, and then they've come back here to teach. And they wanted to teach here when they were in sixth form. We've got a student that left year 13 last year, who's back here again already, and he's working as an unqualified teacher. He got 5 A stars in his A-levels, so he's a pretty good unqualified teacher to have, but he's working here already. And I think that in itself says what an amazing community feel we have for this school. It is a real family feel about the school, and people want to come back and they want to work here, and they want to give back because they've taken so much from us. High quality CPD. CPD means continuous professional development, so that's for teachers, but we use that to encourage and challenge and support our staff. So we want our staff to keep getting better and better and better. We don't just want to say, okay, we've got some teachers now, great, let's let them get on with teaching. We want to see how we can improve their teaching, try different teaching styles, make sure that we're looking at the latest educational research, to make sure that we really are giving high quality teaching and learning opportunities to every young person that comes here. And then we talk about our pastoral teams. Now at Urnsford, as I've already talked about, there's a really good family feel, and hopefully you've recognised that tonight. But part of the reason for that is because we have 5 houses, and you can see the names of the houses there at the bottom, and you might have seen the signs on the canteen, the restaurant area when you came in. But those houses are made up of all different year groups, and you'll go into a tutor group, and in that tutor group that you're in for 20 minutes each day, you'll be in a class with year 7 students, 8, 9, 10 and year 11 students, all in the same tutor group. And that has really helped develop that community family feel in our school, because you might be a year 7, you might be walking down the corridor and a year 10 says hello to you, and they know you because they're in your tutor group. And they make sure they look after you because you're in their tutor group and you're part of their tutor family. And that really has helped develop that really lovely ethos that we've got in our school. Our house heads are non-teaching, which means that they're always available, so they can come into your lessons. If you've got any issues, they can be there to help you out with them, so you don't have to wait for them to finish in a classroom, because they won't be in classrooms. They are there for you all of the time. We've got a really well-resourced inclusion department. So we've got access to an educational psychologist, we've got counsellors, we've got learning mentors, we've got wellbeing mentors, we've got an excellent safeguarding team. So we've got 3 Senkos, we've got over 1,000 children in our school now, so having 3 Senkos is really important. So they're special educational needs coordinators, if you were wondering what a Senko was. So we've got 3 of those, so we've got a really well-resourced inclusion department. And you would also, as parents, have daily access to something called Class Chart. You might have something similar at primary school, but it's an app on your mobile phone, and when your child gets positive points, or the occasional negative points, you can see that because it comes up on your phone immediately. So you can keep a check on what they're doing in school. You can also see what homework they've had set that night. So you really can keep a close eye on how things are going. As year 7 students here, you get what we call the Urnsford Elite Experience. So this is quite unique to this school. So when you start in year 7, what we want is we want you to become the very best, the most elite young people that we can possibly have here. And so when you start, you'll have a week where you don't go into normal lessons, you go through the elite training experience, but you actually have fun activities to do. Team building activities, finding out about our school, finding out about the teachers, learning about our core values, learning about our learning revolution that I'll talk to you about in a second. So it's a different experience for you when you start here, because we really want to train you to be the very best that you can be, to really demonstrate those core values. And it's a real unique opportunity to set your expectations high, and it's a really fun way to start in secondary school. So our learning revolution is what we use in classrooms to make sure that everybody is being consistent in terms of their behaviour. So if any teacher in the school wants their class to be quiet, they simply put their hand up in the air, and when they do that, every child in the classroom puts their hand up in the air as well, and then they go silent. And we wait for pin drop silence, and then the teacher can carry on talking. And that consistent approach means that teachers don't have to shout for people to be quiet. We don't have to shout over children that are talking. Even when we have fire drills and we're out there on the playground outside, when we've got 1,000 children, I can get everyone quiet in about 30 seconds by putting my hand up. And the entire school goes silent, because we've all learned to do the same thing for hands up for pin drop silence. We also talk about active listening, because that's a real important skill in life, to be able to show that you're listening. Now, most of you in here are actively listening to me now, and I know that because you're looking at me. You've turned your body shape, you're tracking me, you're making eye contact with me, because you're actively listening. But in a classroom, sometimes children aren't doing that, and somebody might be talking and you might be looking out the window, or you might be doodling on a bit of paper. Okay, and that's not showing respect, which is one of our core values. So we might say, could you turn your body shape and track the speaker? And whether that speaker's a teacher or whether it's another student, it helps us all be really consistent in the classroom and make sure we're all focusing, listening and learning. We ask students to scale their effort regularly. So I might pop into a classroom and I might say, oh, sir, is everyone giving 5 for effort in this room? And then I'll turn to the class and I'll say, show me on your hands, how much effort are you putting in? So some students might give a 4 or a 5, some might give a 2, and I might go over and have a little word with them. Okay, but it's really good for students to recognise how much effort they're putting in, because if you don't put in the effort, you're not going to be learning well enough, and you're not going to be giving yourself the best possible chance of being successful. And we also talk about raising our bar, so really making it tough. If you avoid the challenging questions, if you don't raise your bar, you're not going to learn well enough. Okay, so we want everybody to have that struggle time in lessons, because you only learn when you're making mistakes and when you're learning from those mistakes and you're trying really hard. Now, this looks a bit busy, this screen, so I'm sorry about that, but this is just a sample of all the enrichment activities that we have got going on this half term at lunchtime. Now, we've changed our school day slightly, and so rather than having 2 split lunches, which is what we had for the last few years because of COVID, we've now gone back to having 1 lunch. And that 1 lunch is now 50 minutes, because we've got so many children in our school, we need to have a longer lunch to ensure that everyone gets fed. And during that time, that whole 50 minutes, it means that we have a great opportunity to run a huge number of enrichment opportunities. So students are coming to school not just to learn in lessons, but to do loads of different activities. We've got animating manga club, debating clubs, keyboard clubs, basketball clubs, Shakespearean film clubs, Warhammer club. There's loads and loads of different clubs that we offer our young people, because we want you to have an enriching experience at this school. Education is really important. Lessons and qualifications are really important, but having fun is really important too. And we want to make sure you really enjoy your time at this school. I think there'll be some posters up around school with those, all those different clubs on, so you'll get an opportunity to see what they are. But we also want you to give us suggestions for clubs that you might be interested in that we're not running. I've said a little bit about lessons, but lessons are really important too. So we've got a really well-sequenced curriculum. Loads of different departments have been developing their curriculums over the course of the last couple of years, and those curriculums, they build on what you've learned at Key Stage 2, they'll build on what you learned at Key Stage 3, Key Stage 4, all the way to Key Stage 5. So they're sequenced in a way that you're forever developing your learning. We've got a wide range of courses, and you will have experienced that hopefully going around tonight. You might have seen some engineering, some construction, business studies, history, geography, psychology, sociology, loads of different subjects that we offer. Sports studies, sports science, I'm a PE teacher, so I like those too. So lots and lots of different courses that we offer students, because we know that you have different interests. So we want to make sure that school is something that you enjoy. We want to make sure that you get a really good opportunity to do something that you're really engaged in. So when you get to GCSE level, that's when you get to choose all those different option subjects. You, in here right now, children that is, are our leaders of the future. So you are going to be the teachers of the future. You are going to be the businessmen and women of the future. You are going to be the entrepreneurs of the future. And it's our job to give you the skills to be those leaders of the future. So we do a lot of character building within our school. Lots of lessons where we focus on you leading some of the teaching and learning. Lots of opportunities for you to be leaders. Because ultimately that's what you're going to be doing when you go into the world of work. We have intervention clubs, homework clubs, clubs to support you to be successful. And all of our lessons are shared on Google Classroom. So at home, your parents can access what it is that you've been learning throughout the day. You can have discussions about your lessons when you get home in the evening, because you can just log on to Google Classroom and say, this is what we were doing in geography today, Mum, Dad, whoever. Okay, so you can really learn together. And all homework is shared on class charts. So parents, you can have a look at the homework that they've got to do. So we can always make sure that no one ever misses the homework, but it's all there for you to see. I did mention post-16 study and why Oxford again. At post-16, over 50% of our students this summer achieved A star to B grades in their A-levels. That is fantastic. Over half the students achieved the top grades, or half the students achieved the top grades in their A-levels, which is phenomenal. And 100% of students in the vocational courses achieved a distinction star to a merit. That really is fantastic, and that's where I'm saying that we make excellent progress with our youngsters at post-16. And there's lots of different opportunities for post-16 students throughout the school. And we have got a growing sixth form, and by the time you guys get to sixth form, who knows, there may be another building, because our sixth form will be so much bigger. So we're already planning on developing our sixth form facilities. So, this is my last slide. These are the things that we really, really expect. So, high expectations with no excuses. Because if we accept excuses, that's us saying you're not that important. And I would never say that about any of our children. You are all important. So we expect every single one of you to have high levels of attendance. Because if you're not attending school, then you're not learning. And if you're not learning, then you are putting yourself in a position where you won't be able to gain the qualifications and the skills and the attributes to go on and be successful in later life. So you need to be here. You need to be punctual. You need to be here on time. Because if you're late, you're going to be missing out on learning. And if you're late to school and you get into that habit, you might start being late to work when you start at work and you won't be in that job for very long. Okay, so you really do need to start learning those life skills here at school. We want you to look really smart, everyone in the same uniform, because consistency is really important. With the right equipment, with the best behaviour, and putting in the highest level of effort that you possibly can. I expect our teachers to put in their highest level of effort for you, so I expect you to put in your highest level of effort for your learning when you're in lessons. So, in order for that to happen, we need support of parents, families, and the staff around our school, and we need to be in that together. This is how you apply. So you go online to the Coventry Local Authority website. The deadline is October the 31st, so you need to make sure you get your application in before then. And then the confirmation of the secondary place will come through email to you on March the 1st next year. Okay, we have been oversubscribed for the last couple of years. So this year 7 that are just with us now, we actually had 240 places. The local authority asked us to take on a few more children, and that's why they gave us this fantastic new building. But from your year group, so for next September, we're back down to 210. So we will only have 210 places. And if you look around now, there's quite a few people here, and there'll be a few people in the second sitting as well. So it's a bit of a competition. So if you want to join, then you need to make sure you sign up on time.